Hello everybody, welcome to our new lesson of Arabic language for the absolute beginner. In this lesson we will look at the different forms of the letter Sin. As you can see in this slide, we have divided the letters into two groups, those that can connect from both sides with a preceding and a following letter, and those that can only connect to the right hand side. They can connect with the letter to the right hand side. So this is the first group: ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha, sin, shin, sad, dad, ta, dha, ain, ghain, fa, qaf, kaf, lam, mim, Noon, Ha, Ya. This is one group. The second group is the one that can only connect with the letter to their right hand side, where we have al-alif, alif, dal, dal, ra, zay, waw. So we'll keep this slide all along the lesson so that we can always refer to these letters. Whenever we need any of those letters, we can easily just remind ourselves that, look, this is a letter that can connect to the right and left, and this is a letter that can only connect to the right hand side. Sin, sin. This is the letter Sin. This is the form which is not connected with any other letter. It is the individualized separated form, the default form, Sin. We are going to look at the different forms of this letter. We will start with the initial shape. In the initial position, we can distinguish the following shape: Sin. Let's have some example representing this shape. The example that we have is the word sukkar, sukkar, which stands for sugar in English, sugar. So the component letters of the word sukkar are as-sin, al-kaf, ar-ra, sukkar, sukkar. That is how the sin will extend so that it can connect with the kaf. The kaf can connect at both sides. The r or the ra will connect at the left side so that it can join with the kaf. Sukkar, sukkar. As you can see the extension in here. When the final form of the word is written, we get the following form: sukkar, sukkar. Let's have another example. The example is the word Sa'id, Sa'id, which means happy. Again, the component letters are Sin, Ain, Ya, Dal, Sa'id, Sa'id. The Sin will extend to the left, the Ain will extend to the right and left, the Ya will also extend to the right and left, and the Dal will extend to the right so that it can connect with the Ya. And we get the following form: Sa'id. The final written form will be like this: Sa'id, 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 Sa'id. Let's now look at the shape of this letter in the middle of the word, in the medial position. We can also distinguish two shapes. This is the first one and this is the second one. Let's have an example. We have the verb yursil, yursil, which means send, to send, like to send an email or to send a letter, send. The component letters are Ya, Ra, Sin, Lam. The Ya will extend to the left, the Ra will extend to the right, so they connect with one another. Then the Sin will extend to the left so that it can join the Lam. So we get Yursil, Yursil. The final written form of the word is this one: Yursil, Yursil, Yursil. This shows the shape of the letter Sin in the middle of the word. يرسل يرسل to send. Here is another form of the letter seen in the middle of the word. We have the example of the word عسل عسل, which means honey honey. Component letters are العين السين اللام. عسل عين سين لام عسل. The ayn will extend to the left. There is extension to the left. The sin will extend at both sides, to the right and to the left. Then al-lam will extend to the right to join the sin. So we get an extension here. The written form will be like this: asal, asal, meaning honey. Let's now look at the final form or the shape of this letter when it is at the end of the word. We can distinguish two shapes as well. Let's have an example representing the first shape. So we have the word al-shams, al-shams, where the sin is final. Al-shams means the sun. Component letters are alif, lam, sheen, mim, sin. Al-shams, al-shams. So the lam will extend to the left. The sheen will extend at both ends. The mim will extend also at both ends. Then finally we have the sin. Al-shams, al-shams. When the word is written, finally we get the following form: al-shams, al-shams, al-shams. Here is an image. Let's have one more example where the letter sin is final. We have the word haris, haris, which means guard. Haris, haris. The component letters are al-ha, al-alif, al-ra, al-sin. Haris, haris, haris. We'll see how these letters will connect with one another. The ha will extend to the left to join the alif. The alif will extend to the right to join al-ha. Ha, ha. Then al-ra can only extend to the right, but the letter to the right will not really join because it is able to join only to the right as well, but not to the left. Then we have the final letter, sin, haris, haris. Then the final written form will be this one, haris, haris. So in this short lesson, we have looked at the different forms of the letter sin when it is in the initial position at the beginning of the word, and when it is in the middle of the word in the medial position, and when it is at the end of the word in the final position. This brings us to the end of this lesson. Thank you very much. مع السلامة.